Minecrafters. This is Kongjirra. I am the person who made the Adventure Time treehouse that everybody seems to have reacted to so well. I'm glad you guys liked it. It was heaps of fun to make. I made it all legitimately. Took me ages to make. Took me over 2 weeks, I think it was, of solid play of when I decided to make it to when it was actually finished. But I was pretty pleased with the outcome. That's pretty cool, I reckon. And it got such a good reaction from you guys that I thought it would be a great project to make other places, other famous places that characters from TV shows and movies live. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a whole heap of different houses and places from famous TV shows and famous movies that are particularly famous for the places that the characters live in. Just like the Adventure Time treehouse, something that's kind of really cool, something that's kind of iconic, and all those kind of places, all those kind of really good places that people really identify with. So I'm going to make a whole heap of different ones. I've started a few, and I'm going to show you a bit of a preview of those today. They're not in this particular world, they're in other worlds. Oh, there's a bit of a world hole over there. They're in other worlds, so I'm going to have to log out of this one and log into the other one, so I'll see you in the other world in a sec. Okay, so this is one of the first houses that I have started making. These are all works in progress. These are none of them are particularly finished. What I was going to do is stick them all into the one world when I was done and make them a great big kind of theme park of different places that people live. And this is one of the ones that I'm working on at the moment. This is the house from Up, the Disney Pixar movie called Up, the one where the little guy doesn't like his life anymore, so he straps some balloons to the top of his house and flies away to South America. Yes, so this is his house. I thought I'd make it up off the ground like this, so that it was a bit more realistic from the movie. Well, not realistic. I don't think strapping balloons to your house is going to enable it to fly away. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. It looks pretty close to what it was in the movie, all the different colours. The other house is this one here. And can you tell me who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Well, I think we all know whose house this is. Yes. Okay, cool. Yes, I don't really have to tell you whose it is. There's no interior in this one. It's just a door at the moment and some windows and stuff on the outside of this giant orange fruit of a house. This is Fawlty Towers. It's the famous hotel run by Basil Fawlty and his wife Sybil. And some of the houses that I've made have the vehicles that go along with them. So this is Basil Fawlty's little red car. The little red car that he most famously got really angry with and beat up with the branch of a tree that he found lying in the ground. He got Basil Fawlty's quite renowned for getting irritated with things and overreacting, and this is one of the things that he overreacted. Beat up his car with a branch. So there's a full interior to the hotel, to Fawlty Towers, but I'm not going to go through the whole thing in this video. I may go through it all in the future. This is just a preview of all the different places that I've been creating. And this house is from a famous cartoon show that everybody should know. I hope you recognise what the house is. It's the house from Family Guy. This is where all the Griffins live. It's got a whole interior and everything. I won't go through the whole house. Like I said, this is just a preview. And there's their car as well. This is the house of the Smith family from American Dad. You can see there they have the American flag all flying in their front yard on their flagpole. And this is the big SUV that Stan drives around in. Oh, there's a testificate running around in the front yard. Who is that? Is that Roger? Hey Roger, how you going?
Get off my lawn.
Oh, how rude.
And stay out, you bastard.
This next house is a very iconic house from an older TV show. This is the Flintstones house. The Flintstone's home. Okay, including their peddly stone car. Thought it was kind of fun. Alright, and this is another house from a retro TV show. This is the house of the Jetsons. This is obviously their little hover car, the little green hover car that they fly to work in and drop the kids off at school in at the beginning of the show. So this is the Jetsons home, their kind of UFO style house. Now this is the residence that everybody should recognise at 742 Evergreen Terrace. This is, of course, the house owned by the Simpsons. Yep. Oh, and there's Homer. Hey Homer, what are you doing? Yeah. And the two cars, the two Simpson cars, the purple car that Homer rides to work in, and Marge's station wagon that she goes and gets the kids and the shopping in. So there you go, Evergreen Terrace, very nice. Now this place you should recognise. This is of course Planet Express from Futurama. What I'm going to have to do is expand it and make it bigger. I think I'll make this part a bit taller, make this bit a bit wider, a bit taller, a bit longer, so that I can fit in the Planet Express ship, which is sitting right here. The lovely, very large Planet Express ship. Now, I made this to scale. I got some plans off the internet and all that kind of stuff, and made the Planet Express ship. Thought it was a fun little side project to make this to go inside Planet Express. But then when I kind of stood back and looked at the two, it's kind of quite obvious that, oh dear, it's too big. So I'm going to have to expand Planet Express so that the ship can fit inside it. Okay, now this house isn't strictly a house from TVs, from TV or movies, but it is a house from stories, from nursery rhymes and fairy tales. This is the Gingerbread House, or the witch's candy-covered house. Okay, so I decided to make some kind of nice little European-looking cottage kind of a house. Gave it some nice pink frosting for the roof. I gave it candy canes for the structure, and gave it some nice kind of licorice all-sort lolly windows, and some icing around the edges, just to make it all nice and pretty and delicious looking. Okay, now this next place is not so much just one building as a whole street. Very famous street, probably one that you recognise from your childhood. This is Sesame Street. Thought I couldn't go past making places that people live without including this very famous neighbourhood. So this is Sesame Street. This is 123 Sesame Street, the most famous of the Sesame Street buildings. This is where a lot of the neighbourhood people live, and of course this is also where Oscar lives. Oscar the Grouch. He lives here in the garbage cans and the pile of trash that's on the corner. And then behind all these lovely colourful doors lives a great big yellow bird called Big Bird. So he lives in here, and here's his nest. You can walk down the street, you can walk down Sesame Street to Mr. Hooper's store. This is Mr. Hooper's store here. Even though Mr. Hooper's not around, not with us anymore, that's where his shop was, on the corner. And then in here we have the old fire station, which has the walk upstairs to the door on the second level, and it has the basketball hoop out the front as well. And this building over here, this is the building where Elmo lives. I think it's this window here that's Elmo's window. I'm not quite sure. I could be a little bit wrong, but I think it's that window there that's Elmo's window. These are the outdoor outdoor settings for Mr. Hooper's store. I think Mr. Hooper's store needs more furniture and stuff. Yet again, this is another place that isn't quite finished, that needs a little bit more work. You can see some of the second stories aren't complete. They need to be done. But there's most of it. There's enough for you to see that there's plenty of Sesame Street going on. Okay, now this construction that I've got here, this big purple thing that I have here, this is a place of residence from a famous TV show. There's a bit of a classic, really. It's the bottle from I Dream of Jeannie. It's Genie's Bottle. This is where she was found when she started the series. She was found inside a bottle on the beach, and I've scaled it up to be the right size, so that if you went inside, you would be the size she was when she was inside her bottle. So it's got some lovely red lighting inside here, so that you can, so kind of like mood lighting, so you can relax in this very lovely, very purple bottle. This is the perfect time at night to show you this next creation, which is from the movie Monster House. It is, of course, the Monster House. Now, I didn't just do the house when it was in its normal state. I did it when it's in its monster state, of course, because this is the best way to look at the Monster House, when it's all creepy and nasty and it's turned into the monster version of itself. Okay? I thought it was an excellent little project to do. It's got the glowing evil eyes. It's got the broken bits and pieces all over the place. It's got the tree legs that it runs around in, chases the children around the neighborhood with. And it's got all the broken up porch as its evil teeth and stuff like that. And if you so wish, you can actually go into the dark maw of its mouth. Okay, and lastly, but by no means least, is this building here. You may recognize it from the cartoon Masters of the Universe. It is, of course, Castle Grayskull. It's enormous. It's all true to size. You can go inside the mouth, and there's a whole heap of stuff inside. Okay, so that was the tour. Yeah, they're not the only ones I'm thinking of making. I'm thinking of making a whole heap more. I'm thinking of doing the Addams Family house, the house from the movie Beetlejuice, big white house up on the hill. There's the house of Bilbo Baggins, called Bag End, from Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. And crazy door opening and closing going on. Also the house from the Brady Bunch. The house from Harry Potter that Harry's aunt and uncle live in, which is at 4 Privet Drive. The Burrow, which is Harry's best friend from Harry Potter. Ron Weasley, his family. They live in that nice rickety, towering kind of place. Like to do that one as well. Also Shrek's Swamp from the Shrek movies. And also Doctor Who's TARDIS. I thought the TARDIS might be a fun one to make as well. Also, I'd like to do some apartments. So some famous apartments from famous TV shows and movies and stuff like that. And maybe put them all into the one great big apartment building, like apartments like the Big Bang Theory, the Friends apartments, the apartment from Frasier, those kind of things. I think that might be fun to do those as well, all in the one big building. Now, that's not all I'm thinking of doing. I'm also open to suggestions. I think though that if you're going to make a suggestion, that'd be great. You can put them in the comments down below the video. But try and think of something that's kind of iconic, something that's quite popular, something that's really recognizable that people will go, oh wow, that's really cool, that looks really good, all that kind of stuff. Okay. And if somebody's already made a suggestion of a place that you think is a really good idea, maybe like it so that I can see, and yeah, I might consider making it. Now, I'm not going to be able to make absolutely everything that everybody suggests, of course, because in the end, it really has to be fun for me to make. I have to be enjoying the process and all that kind of stuff. So if it looks like it's going to be kind of fun to make and it's quite popular, then I'll probably add it to the list. Yeah, and I'll give you a little bit of a shout out to say whoever suggested it, and kind of say, yeah, that was a good idea, and maybe put a little sign next to it to say who was the suggester and all that kind of stuff in the actual world when it's finished. So yeah, if you like what you're seeing and you'd like to see the end result of the world that I'm going to make with all these places in it, then yeah, subscribe, and I'll be able to kind of whenever I put out a video, you'll be able to kind of see that it's been done, and you'll be able to come back, have a bit of a squiz at what's been made. Yeah, and if you like what you see, then like the video as well. Yeah, and then you'll be able to. I'll be able to kind of construct this great big world with all these famous houses in it, all these famous places of residence. Yeah, and it should be fun. So I've been Kongjirra. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon, Minecrafters. Bye.